Well, hell fire. RockdaRiff. I am back for another Metalhead Envy. Back with some more King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. We will be finishing Phantom Island this week. Basically, get this and the one everybody keeps telling me I'm gonna like, Silent Spirit. Right after this. Just checking. Yeah. So we've got Sea of Doubt. Let's dab on in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bad. That instantly put me in classic rock mode and instantly made me think of riding around when I was a kid. My dad used to have a Ford Ranger. Fucking Ford Ranger! And be driving me around. I don't know, we'd be going wherever. And just the windows down, the breeze, and stuff like this playing. Put me back into my childhood with this opening riff. For real, this song makes me think James Gunn's gonna put it in a movie. This is like that dude's soundtrack to a lot of his stuff. The Guardians movie. This song could be in the next Guardians if they ever make another Guardians. I like that melody. Yeah, I like where Cookie went with that. Not again, not again, not again. I'm telling you, this album has some crazy good woven melodies within it. I do feel like there's a few tracks on here that should have been on the last record, but then there's been these others that just fit this album cover to a T. I feel like Sea of Doubt's another one. Uh, there was a comment on the last video. They were saying, I can't remember the handle exactly, but they were saying that they're digging this record a lot more than the last one. I think I can agree with that as is. I don't mind, like, I don't know. I don't mind Flight B741. I feel like that's a record I can share and hang out with some of my friends and family that are not as minor key driven as I am and still enjoy it. But as a standalone, or not standalone, but as me sitting around straight up listening to it, it's not at the top of my list. But I feel like Phantom Island is going to be a record I'll really be happy to share and sit around and be like, yo, check this out. I I think I would say melodies. I'd also make the argument that this is one of the best vocal records King Gizzard's done. Like the vocals of everybody might be MVP of the whole record so far. Cause I feel like they definitely were breaking some of the people were breaking out of their comfort zone or whatever. But cool. It's a cool album. This is just I swear, man. I hear this and I zone and I just think back to being a child and listening to classic rock, riding around with my dad or whoever, and it being what's the local radio station we used to have, 100.3 Rock FM or some shit like that.
Find my way out. We scatter the ashes from the singing birds. Lingers in the air. Then it settles into the earth. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It may appear soft and subtle.
Yeah.
When you're trying to push uphill, the world tends to make you kneel. It's a harsh and feeble game. Your heart was full and then it sank. With bubbles to the surface, my anchor closed the curtains.
Yeah, I like that.
Here comes the sun to clear the fog.
That was a bit of a dark riff right there. Hold on. Let's back it up here.
With bubbles to the surface, my anchor closed the curtains.
Yeah.
Here comes the sun to clear the fog. Here comes a friend for me to lean on. Through the swell and through the cloud, we're gonna swim out of the sea of doubt. We stand on solid ground. We take the time to look around. The lightness of the air lifts me a breeze of serenity. We're in the middle of our run, basking in its delight.
Okay. I for sure got to give See a Doubt credit. That just put me in like a nostalgic coziness of nostalgia trance. Like I feel like my girl would enjoy this song, my dad would enjoy this song. I feel like anybody that's classic, like that classic vibe, melancholiness, not too dark, but just a good blend of like melancholiness and happy, I guess would be a word to use. That was a really good blend of the two. I feel like the last two tracks we've been doing have been very cohesive. I'd make the argument again. This is another track that I feel like was written for this record. It wasn't from the cutting room floor, but I never know. You never know. Uh, Orchestral unit is killing it. Everybody vocally killed it in this track. I like the acoustic picking. Ching, 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 ching. Really, what's funny listening to Phantom Island has made me want to do my own. I'd love to have the time and to be able to record and do like a maybe three to five song darker EP, darker acoustic EP. Since I've been listening to the softer side here on Phantom Island, I've been thinking about doing that. I mean, I can't really, I can't afford it at the moment, but maybe later on down the road. I had a couple. I sit around one day on the back porch with the acoustic, writing some cooler riffs, but thought they were cool. Then after rewatching them, I was like, I don't know if I want to post those just yet. But yeah, I feel like the last two tracks really were woven so well together. But it looks like we've got one more to go. And so far, what comments we have gotten, everybody's been saying that I'm going to dig Silent Spirit. We'll end up seeing if I do in the next one. If this ends up being your first time to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are, as always. And shout out to one of my members here on the channel, Maiden Metallica. He had a comment I read this morning on about Space Sick. And I kind of do agree now that he said it. He's like, yo, what's the lyrics here? Space sick on my spaceship. I agree. It is a bit of a corny set of lyrics, but I did like the song. I like the instrumentation and everything. It's time for me to do some jumping jacks, get the blood flowing. And with all that being said, stay positive, stay rocking, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.